are several quintessential moments in a man's life. Losing his virginity, getting married, becoming a father, and having the right girl smile at you.
You break my heart. Then again, you break everyone's heart.
So you're not angry?
No, I'm not angry.
Never trust a woman who says she isn't angry.
Man, can't live with him, can't shoot him.
It's cool. It ain't a party till something gets broken.
Kirby, how are you?
I'm obsessed, thank you very much.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. The wet look is them. Asshole.
Oh, that's Mr. Asshole to you?
If you don't know what this is all from, where you been for the last 42 years? 1985, 41 years, I think.
85, yes.
85 bears. The bears.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. This is the second episode of our new streak of podcasts that we're calling Movies That We Love, parentheses, to make fun of.
Movies that we love and love to make fun of.
No,
there's no parentheses.
Yeah, we go parentheses in this family.
We're not going parentheses. And it's basically all Todd's saying is this is our new category for the month. So it's not like a new podcast. It's just a new category.
I know, but I don't want them to confuse it with our regular categories.
Right. So what did we do last month again? Or no, we did
Cocktail.
Summer Blockbusters.
Right, but we did Cocktail last week.
And then we started last week with movies we love and love to make fun of. We did Cocktail, and now we're doing
St. Elmo's.
St. Elmo's Fire.
And I got to be honest, I was worried about doing this because I really, Cocktail is just an easy movie to make fun of. And I was worried like, no, St. Elmo's is kind of a good movie. Turns out, I don't think it's that good of a movie.
Well, it doesn't, I don't think we need to decide it's bad.
Well, let's decide.
What we need to decide, because I love St. Elmo's Fire. I'll watch it again and again and again.
Why do I love a bad movie?
But that's the thing. It's movies we love, but love to make fun of, meaning it's worthy of what we're going to discuss today. But we're not just going to be throwing this movie under the bus. We're going to be talking about like
we're going to be making fun of it nonstop.
Of course, and also pointing out why we love it. Like that's kind of the nature of movies from the 80s.
Let me just first start out and say what's good about this movie is that it hit us when we were really young. So that's kind of fun and we're impressionable.
Mm-hmm.
The acting, I think, is very good.
Okay.
The actors are fun. Like this is our whole childhood.
Right.
And that's kind of where the goodness stops for me.
Okay,
like
so
the story is dumb.
I think you're being too harsh because you love this movie.
I do love it, but it's just
sometimes Todd gets into a mode where he's like, "This is bad," and it's not. We had so much fun watching it, didn't we?
I kept waiting for some good filmmaking to happen.
Well, I think you and I watch this movie like once a year. At least, right?
I've seen this movie 50 times. Probably.
Exactly. So at least once a year.
It's got a grip on me.
So, right. So let's treat it with that kind of reverence.
I'm not going to.
Okay, great. I will.
Yeah, you go.
I will hold that line and just do my best to point out the flaws because it's a flawed movie.
I'm not going to point them out. I'm going to highlight them.
But also to remember the joy. So this movie is wait, do you want to jump in to set the scene or do you
all right, go ahead. You want to set it or you want me to?
Sure. I mean, I'll just say a few things and then you can jump in.
All
so
right.
June 28th, 1985. I remember when this movie came out. I'll save that for remember when, but it was that summer. Joel Schumacher, who we know very well, and he actually passed away. What did we figure out? 2017, something like that.
I don't know.
He did a lot of movies from the 80s, including Flatliners, I believe, which I loved.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I like Flatliners.
Let's see. So these are the people we have. We have Rob Lowe. We have Demi Moore. We have Emilio Estevez or Estevez, depending on who you are, how you like to say it. We have Ali Sheedy. We have Judd Nelson and Mara Winningham. We have Andrew McCarthy and then Andy McDowell. And they are a group, a clique of recent graduates from Georgetown University.
Just for reference, Breakfast Club came out 4 months earlier. I think that I misremembered because I figured, it came out a year or two later. It's 3 or 4 months. So we saw Ali Sheedy as a high schooler and Judd Nelson and Emilio. And 3 months later, we saw them graduating college. I forgot that.
When Ali Sheedy tried out for this role, she showed up dressed as Allison from Breakfast Club. Yeah, because she was still filming it.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So when she came, that's what she was dressed like. And I thought that was some of the joy. See, like our kids could never experience what we did.
Because they're not as cool as we are.
Correct. Which is watching the Breakfast Club and kind of like knowing these people. And that wasn't the only movie we'd seen them in. Ali Sheedy had been in War Games and Emilio Estevez had been in Outsiders. Like we had seen these people. And then seeing and you know, like Ali Sheedy cut her hair off, and then you would see a scene where she plays Leslie and Kirby would walk together, and you're like, oh, and they hooked up in this last movie, or you know what I mean, or the fact that she was with Bender.
Yeah,
you know, like it was fun to watch these actors take on different roles.
Totally agree. You ready for my 3 acts?
Go ahead.
7 Georgetown friends reconvene after a drunk Billy crashes his car and injures Wendy. They regroup at their old hangout, St. Elmos. Alec pressures live-in girlfriend Leslie to marry him, while Billy loses the job Alec landed for him. And Kirby reveals he's obsessed with Dale Beaverman.
And we found out it is not Beaverman, it's Bieberman. B-I-E-B-E-R.
She's the original Bieber.
Bieberman, yes. And this was the first time I've ever watched this movie with closed caption when we watched it yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's Bieberman.
Act 2, the group's lives quietly unravel. Jules spirals into a reckless affair with her married boss and mounting debt. Kevin confesses his love for Leslie that night that she and Alec finally break up. And a drunken Billy and Wendy flirtation turns into real intimacy. I don't know what that means.
They have sex.
Well, that's in Act 3. That's not in Act 2. Billy and Wendy don't have sex.
Maybe it's that he goes over to her house and they actually like get close to hooking up.
But don't you feel like they've been hooking up like for the last 2 years?
They're very confusing.
Very confusing.
Yeah.
Kirby chases Dale to a ski lodge only to be let down gently while long buried resentments and betrayals start surfacing across the whole friend group. Act 3, Jules hits the bottom, locking herself in her freezing, repossessed apartment until Billy talks her back from the edge with his St. Elmo's fire metaphor.
Oh my God, we'll talk about that.
Chasing illusions. Billy leaves his marriage and heads to New York to try music for real, and the gang says goodbye at the bus station before agreeing to grow up and leave St. Elmo's behind for brunch at Houlihan's instead.
They don't agree to grow up. Nobody agrees to anything.
I think that's kind of like, not too many kids, and they kind of agree.
They agree to not go sit at a table at a bar. It's not like anybody has changed their behavior.
Well, their behaviors, they're not going to St. Elmo's anymore. They're going to Houlihan's. Not too many kids, not too loud.
This is what I'll say.
Yeah.
The majority of this podcast that we're about to do for all of you, it's a lot of random facts and a lot of WTFs.
Yes. Oh, man. I got a lot of WTFs.
I've got so many WTFs. And then I have some like big time hot takes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just going to be a lot of like, what's happening here? Okay. And so before we do that, though, let's talk about the fact that this movie was made for $10 million and it made $37 million. So it was
not bad.
A success. The critical reception of this movie was bad.
Not good.
I actually sent you, I forgot to tell you, I emailed you Roger Ebert's review because he did it on, it's on YouTube. Like you can just play it if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But basically it was mostly negative reviews. People called it exhausting and pointless. Actually, Schumacher admitted that Joel Schumacher said that later on that a lot of people passed on this script.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was not like a really like wanted script.
Can I play Roger Ebert's reviews?
Please,
it's
go ahead.
2 minutes.
Don't play the whole thing. Just play the beginning.
All right.
St. Elmo's Fire is about a bunch of kids who are just 1 year out of Georgetown, and they're still living in the Georgetown, Washington area. One is a law clerk. Another one is working for a bank. They're just at the beginning of the careers that, if they're lucky, will take them in 15 years to the point where they can make The Big Chill Part 2, because that's what St. Elmo's Fire is, a story of all these people who went to school together and all of their problems. And boy, do they have stupid, idiotic problems.
Don't you find me attractive?
Should I keep going?
You don't have to.
Okay.
Basically, he starts
Stupid
playing.
idiotic.
He starts playing clips, and he's like, "These are vapid people."
Love it.
Janet Maslin from the New York Times said this is. She said the writing was so riddled with character inconsistencies and unmotivated behavior that it plays like science fiction. She said it's fun to watch a young cast, but it's such a weak story.
Yeah.
And then, everybody kind of piled on. The Miami Herald said these actors don't even seem to like each other very much.
Yeah.
So it did not get well. It was not critically acclaimed by any means. And I remember that. I remember when it came out because we were like, what?
Yeah, right.
Because we were like obsessed.
Yeah,
Because
this is the best movie ever.
I was going into my sophomore year of high school. You were obviously going into your freshman year of high school. So like you said, we were very open to a film about young people, especially young people we had just watched in The Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink and everything else we loved. So this was just kind of where it was. And not only did this movie kind of make a, big splash, but the soundtrack was huge. And the soundtrack was so funny. I had the cassette tape. Did you have the cassette tape?
I think I did.
Okay. So I remember this is when Manisha and I first started hanging out with sophomore year, and she also had the cassette tape. We would listen to it all the time. And what was funny about it, though, is there really weren't any hits on this soundtrack.
Oh, easy.
I mean, obviously, St. Elmo's Fire, the John
Man in
Parr,
Motion,
yeah,
sweetie.
Man in Motion.
Oh, yeah.
But usually a soundtrack's got a bunch of songs.
We got Shakedown by Billy Squier. We got Young and Innocent by Elefante.
Right.
This time it was really right by John Anderson, whoever that is.
Right.
The Love Theme, which we'll talk about. Vicky Moss, who I've never heard. Airplay. Yeah, like there's nothing here.
That's what I mean. Is that Vicky Moss song we used to listen to a lot? It was called, what was that one called?
If You Turn Away.
Yeah, If You Turn Away. We used to listen to that, but it's not like.
What part of the movie is this in?
I don't know. It's all background songs. Like I remember the Billy Squier song is on when they're in the bar. But, we have the two songs that stand out the most. So there's actually three, but the two songs that stand out the most is Man in Motion by John Parr, which was a hit. And then weirdly enough, the Love Theme became a hit. And there were no words. It just was like, it was on like the top 40.
Sweetie, you don't think there are words, but here we go.
Oh, yeah.
I think this guy,
it's David Foster.
Right. He's like, you know what? This is so good. And everybody's listening to it. So let me just throw some words on it. Doesn't need it. Please don't put words on the St. Elmo's Love Theme.
Let's be real. The Love Theme that was on the top 40 did not have the words.
Correct.
Right.
That is correct.
I know that it has like lyrics to it, but they're like, it's best if we don't.
Yeah.
And it's kind of stood the test of time. You know what I mean? Like if you go to an 80s station, both of them get played all the time.
We got to play a little bit without the words,
okay.
just to remind people. It's wonderful.
Well, it sets a nice tone for the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And David Foster was kind of the man.
Would this movie have been less successful? Like how much less successful would this movie have been without that song?
Oh, that's such a good question. I don't know.
I think quite a bit.
Yeah. It also with John Parr's song, because they play that a lot during the movie.
Oh, I'm going to share my screen during the John Parr part of it.
Okay. And then, of course, we'll get to this as well. But the other song that kind of makes a hit is One Love, which is what Billy plays when he's at the bar. And really, there are no lyrics except One Love and a few other things that they say. But it's very much a saxophone song. Like it's just Billy playing a sax because it's Billy Hicks and the New Breed. He is the lead of that band.
That's right.
So
it's not the best. I could get a better version of it.
Yeah. So that is really, so the soundtrack made an impact. Then there was the music video, which was John Parr's music video. And he had all the people from the movie in the video. So that kind of made a splash as well. And so this just was kind of a big deal. And probably the biggest thing that came out of this movie is the fact that the article was written about the Brat Pack.
And we'll talk about that. But first, because I have it queued up, if you happen to be watching us on YouTube, this is like the best thing ever. So it's a music video, and now all of a sudden, so for the first 3 minutes, it's just little clips of the movie.
Yeah.
But at about the 3-minute mark of this music video, the actors kind of show up.
John Carr's like, where is Jules?
Now watch Rob Lowe. He keeps him like a little shoulder shot. There you go.
Yeah, Billy's like, yeah, he's got his
Look
cigarette.
at Alec. He's too
Oh,
cool.
wait, why are Alec and Leslie together?
Well, it's before the breakup.
I guess.
Hold on, he's gonna walk with Wendy. I watched this earlier today.
I bet she is so pregnant in that part.
Oh yeah. So it's one of the most awkward music videos of all time.
You just know Andrew McCarthy didn't want to do that video.
I don't think any of them did. Like,
Yeah.
really? Do we have to do it? And it's because they had no juice. They're only 22 years old.
Yeah.
So they had no power yet.
And MTV was everything.
Yes.
You know, they probably
And it was
understood.
probably a good move.
Yeah.
More people watch this movie because of this stupid video.
Hey, we are in our 50s and we're still talking about it. So
Damn
it
right.
stood the test of time.
All right. Where are we going to go next? Where are we going to go first?
So let's just do a quick remember when.
Okay. Even so, the remember one. Okay, I know that one.
I remember when.
All right, what do you got?
Okay, so kind of already said this, but this was high school. This was a big deal. And it was also, can I talk about the article or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you not ready
No,
for
let's
that
go.
with Remember When? There was so much attached to it, you guys. Like, you know, there's movies. I'm trying to think if there's a movie now where it's like there's so many pieces, like so many different actors. Obviously we were just coming out of the John Hughes era. They were all connected to each other. And then this guy named David Blum from New York Magazine, I believe, decided to do an article on Emilio Estevez. So that's who the article was supposed to be about. He visited him on set.
Just tracking him for a few days.
He was tracking him, and it turns out that Emilio's like, hey, my friends are going to be along for the ride as well.
Yep.
And so David Blum kind of got to watch them in action in the bars, outside the bars, talking to girls, all these kind of things. And his perspective, he was a 29-year-old guy at the time, was that these guys are a bunch of brats. Like, they are very wealthy, good looking, entitled, privileged guys. Now, here's the thing. Who at 23 in Hollywood wouldn't be?
Thank you.
Right? This is not me saying these are bad people.
No,
but
they're acting their age.
Exactly. And he was talking about how they would go into bars and that, you know, they'd go to the beginning of the line and people would let him in and they would like hit on girls and girls would leave their boyfriends to go talk to him. And I'm like, of course they would. Like, hello,
Yeah, of course.
that's still happening. But he saw enough where he felt like they were kind of annoying or privileged or whatever it may be. And even the people who weren't there, people like Tom Cruise wasn't there, Timothy Hutton wasn't there,
Molly Ringwald
wasn't
They weren't
there.
in the movie yet. They got lumped together.
Correct. And they all got put under this big title of Brat Pack.
Yeah.
Now, interestingly enough, he did not talk about Anthony Michael Hall, which he should have, because he was in just as many movies as the
Sure.
other guys. But, you know, he wrote this article that is still relevant today.
Yeah.
You know, it's still,
Well, his catchphrase, the Brat Pack, still exists.
exactly. So just a few of the things that he said. I took some of the quotes
All
from
right,
the
what do you got?
article. You ready?
Yep.
So again, it ran. Now, another thing that's important is this article came out 2 weeks before the movie came out.
Okay.
So it coincided with the release of the movie. So he wrote, "This is a Hollywood Brat Pack. It is to the 1980s what the Rat Pack was to the 60s, a roving band of famous young stars on the prowl for parties, women, and a good time." And then he said, if Rob Lowe seemed to be inviting all too much attention from girls, Judd Nelson acted as though he wanted nothing to do with it. Only one of the famous boys seemed to take the attention in stride. Perhaps that's because he grew up the son of a famous actor, Martin Sheen. Just 23 years old, Emilio Estevez looks like his famous father and is a star on his own. He talks about how they are barely 23, but already accustomed to privilege, that each Brat Packer moves and carries with it every movie they do has an increased burden. If it is not a success, the young unknowns star in movies that come up from behind and replace them, meaning that if these people do not have a hit movie, then one of their, counterparts will,
Sure.
and that they'll get lost.
Yep.
And then this became a thing where some of the members of the Brat Pack really were angry about this and got lost because of it. Andrew McCarthy was one of them, and Emilio Estevez got really pissed about this. Some of the other people who were, under this label Brat Pack were kind of like, whatever.
Mhm.
I'd put Rob Lowe in that category, and I'd put Demi Moore in that category. They didn't allow it to slow down their career, whereas Andrew McCarthy literally wrote a book and then did a documentary,
Yeah.
discussed his disgust with this article. Like he says changed the trajectory of his career.
I have a little clip from that documentary, and this is Andrew McCarthy talking to Emilio.
I mean, the fallout, my recollection is it was immediate and big.
You and I didn't do a movie because of it.
This is what I thought. I thought we were
Young Man with Unlimited Capital, which
Yes.
was one of the best scripts
Yeah.
I had read in a long time.
You were going to do it, and they wanted me to do it too, and then they told me that you didn't want me to do it. And I just assumed at the time, it hurt my feelings up, but I assumed it was simply the Brat Pack.
I didn't want to have anything to do with any of us. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to do any movie. I wouldn't, if it were Judd, I would have said the same thing. To be seen again in another film would ultimately and could potentially have a negative impact.
So it sounds like Emilio's like, hey, I'm not doing anything with any of you.
Yeah, and that's rough because
Was that before or after Wisdom with Demi Moore?
I don't know, but they were engaged. So that was probably
she gets
different.
special exception.
Yeah, I mean, he probably was like, whatever. But they also talked about Sean Penn in the article, and he didn't. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right?
Mhm.
If you buy into this and if you really think that no one's going to see you the same, then it just starts to formulate, it starts to formulate your opinion about yourself or
Yeah.
about how people perceive you. And again, that story right there may be why Andrew McCarthy is like, I'm screwed.
Mhm.
He did do Weekend at Bernie's, though.
He did, but he didn't do that with, he did.
He didn't. There were no other Brat Packers, and I think it was Jonathan Silverman or something
That's
like
right.
that. But he still had hits after this.
Do you want to hear Demi Moore talk to Colbert about it?
Yes.
What do you think of when you look back at those years when you guys were first starting out, lumped together as a unit?
It was very new to be doing stories about young people. I don't think any of us really loved the moniker of being called brats because it kind of diminished our sense of being professionals. This documentary is an exploration of what and how that affected each of us. It just rolled off his back.
Things seem to roll off his
He's
back.
good that way. But for Andrew, it really affected him in things and choices he made. I haven't seen this yet. I'm actually quite
So
excited.
it's before that. Before it came
Yeah,
out.
and Demi Moore and Rob Lowe, the two that it didn't affect as much, they went on to do About Last Night, which I hope we do eventually. And that was an amazing, critically acclaimed movie.
I'm thinking about suggesting it for this series. It's just, but I think About Last Night is too good of a
It's
movie.
too good. It's totally critically acclaimed.
Um,
And we don't make fun of that movie. We just really like that movie.
So I'm going to do a quick, no, it's not even a hot take, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Boy, it's hot.
It's hot. I think the two most interesting characters from this movie
Okay.
is Billy, played by Rob Lowe,
Okay.
and Jules, played by Demi Moore. The other four, whatever, or the other five, whatever. And I'm like, I just wish we had a story with just the two of them. And we got
did.
it.
We
And
got
About Last Night. I don't know. I think Dan Martin from About Last Night is a little bit more responsible than Billy Hicks. And I haven't thought about Jules versus Deb.
Well, that's a no-brainer. Deb is so much more responsible than Jules.
Yes, that's true. So
And
anyways,
actually, I think Todd and I are going to be Jules and Billy for Halloween this year.
see you in Vegas.
I know we're going to dress up like them, so hopefully people understand.
Todd's
Todd's going to have a saxophone, and I'm going to make him a shirt that has bats on it,
That's
just
right.
like Billy has it. I think that'll be a really fun costume. So
Nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to get it, but who cares?
well, maybe they will.
The
I
ones
mean,
who
there's a
get
lot
it-
of older people that go to Vegas.
Like us.
Yeah.
Us mid-50s.
So if they're really good, we should give them a prize or something if people know who
They
we're
should give
dressed
us
up
a prize for having an awesome costume.
Okay. So do you want to go to, oh, wait, one more thing about the David Blum article.
Oh, yeah.
In the documentary that Andrew McCarthy did, he interviewed him. And they
Yeah,
had like,
at
that
the
was the
end.
first time they ever had a discussion about it. And they ended on a very positive note. But David Blum felt like it affected his career too. He's like, I had no idea how much of an impact that would have on you guys or on me.
Yeah.
And in some ways it was just bigger. Like some things, it's like a perfect storm,
Yeah.
right? You have no idea how
Right
something's
place,
going
right
to blow
time,
up.
wrong place, wrong time,
Right.
whatever. Yeah.
Things just happen. So anyway, I thought that was interesting, and I'm ready for random facts.
Jared, do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds? Jared, do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
All right, you start.
Okay. So my random facts, I kind of put them in like categories. Okay. So first it's the who almost got cast and who tried out.
Okay.
Did you do these?
Yep. But
okay.
You go ahead.
So we'll see if ours match up. Robert Downey Jr. was up for Billy Hicks, but Rob Lowe got it. Emilio Estevez's outsider co-star C. Thomas Howell wanted to be Kirby.
Heard he was too young.
He was too young, which I agree.
Yeah.
He looked really young as Pony.
Yeah.
And he was probably not even 21 at the time. Emilio Estevez wanted to play Billy before he became Kirby. And Kirby is, I mean, we're going to get into it, but he's literally the worst character. For Jules, these are the people who tried out. Jennifer Beals, Joan Cusack, Jodie Foster, Tatum O'Neal.
Wow.
Did you hear that as well?
I did not. My list is much smaller than yours.
For Leslie, Jamie Lee Curtis, Bridget Fonda, Melanie Griffith, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Sarah Jessica Parker, Meg Ryan.
Oh, it's quite a cast.
This one confused me. Laura Dern almost played Naomi, the sex worker,
Okay.
the secret love woman.
Yeah.
Laura Dern tried out for her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think about Laura Dern at the time was like 16, wasn't she?
I remember
She
Laura
was like a
Dern.
kid.
One of her first movies was Mask.
Oh,
She plays
so
the blind
good.
girl.
I know.
Yeah.
She's his girlfriend.
Yeah.
I love her. John Cryer
Yeah.
was
Saw that one.
he wanted to be? Did he want to be Andrew McCarthy's role? He wanted to be Kevin. I'm glad he didn't get that.
Yeah.
Let's see. They also interviewed Anthony Edwards, Leah Thompson, and then Andie MacDowell had to be fought for because nobody knew who she was at the time, and Joel Schumacher really wanted
Does she
her.
have a famous mom or daughter or something like that?
Yeah, Margaret Qualley.
And is that her mom or her daughter?
Her daughter.
Okay, so there's a younger
who looks just like her.
Oh, really?
I mean, identical to her.
And she's an actress?
She is an actress, and she also was married to Jack
Singer.
No, that's Honeymoon in Vegas. Jack
Trainer.
from who does
Donaghy.
music with Taylor Swift.
Jack Antonoff.
Jack Antonoff, the guy from Fun. Unfortunately, they just separated. And he also, okay, just a little like pop culture story. So Jack Antonoff used to be with Lena Dunham, and they were together for a really long time. And then Lena Dunham put out a book called Fame Sick that was really good. It's probably in my top 3 favorite books this year. And it was just a little bit after that Margaret Qualley and Jack Antonoff stopped being seen together. Jack Antonoff showed up at the wedding. That'd be Taylor's wedding without her. So not quite sure what happened there. But anyway, that is Andie MacDowell's daughter.
Cool.
And then I think I'll stop there. And then I have another section, but your turn.
Writer Carl Kurlander based the title and premise on his own summer of unrequited love with a waitress while working at a real hotel called St. Elmo in Chappaqua?
Chappaquiddick.
I don't know, New York. Georgetown refused to allow filming, so they did it over at the University of Maryland.
Okay.
St. Elmo's bar was designed to resemble the Tombs, a real, still existing Georgetown student bar.
I have been there.
Is the Tombs still up?
I don't know if it's called the Tombs anymore.
No. It was like the newspaper, the daily paper. I don't know, whatever. Demi Moore reportedly struggled with a cocaine problem during filming and had to go through a short rehab stint.
Correct.
Joel Schumacher once set Moore home for being visibly high. The moment where Sheedy accidentally knocks down the shower screen, it was unscripted, and that's their real response.
She says, Kevin, the shower.
Yeah, and he just laughs.
Uh-huh.
Parr's lyrics were partly inspired by Canadian athlete Rick Hansen's wheelchair Man in Motion world tour. So I think there's a guy in a wheelchair who just went around the country in his like speeding wheelchair, and that was.
So was that song supposed to be for the movie?
I don't think so. Man in Motion.
That's a weird one.
I don't know. We should get him on.
John Parr?
Yeah.
Give him a call.
Love Theme was charted number 15. This is one, let's see. I don't know if I believe this. A legacy sequel has been in development at Sony since 2024.
I've heard that.
Following the reunion documentary Bratz, Rob Lowe confirmed in 2025 that a script was still being worked on.
He and Demi Moore both did.
Boom.
But that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like, think about how many stages and steps have to happen.
A lot of miracles have to happen for movies to be made. Emilio and Demi began dating during the shoot and were briefly engaged. Mare Winningham was pregnant during, which is why she's wearing certain clothes and hiding her belly. And then that's it. That's what I got.
Okay. So I will finish mine up with this. As you said, Emilio Estevez and Demi Moore were a couple during filming.
Yep.
So they were together at the time. And they got engaged, they broke up. And then do you remember who Emilio Estevez married in 1992?
I don't.
Paula Abdul.
Straight up now, tell me it's gonna be you and me forever. Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, those words weren't exactly right.
How long were they married for?
I don't remember, but I'd kind of forgotten that, which is why, when I was doing some research, I was like, oh yeah, they were together. The title of this movie.
Straight up now, tell me, is it gonna be you and me together?
And they got married, you said?
Yeah, 1992.
Did they have any kids?
No.
Oh, okay.
The title was supposed to be Sparks. It was going to be called Sparks.
Not sure I like that.
The other option was The Real World, but that was before The Real World TV show was developed.
Interesting. Okay.
And Rob Lowe won a Razzie for Worst Supporting Actor.
I thought he did a fine job acting in that movie.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a hot take for me. You got my sound effect?
Boy, attack.
Okay, this is my hot take. It's a question.
Okay.
Why Mare Winningham? That's my hot take. Why?
She doesn't quite fit in with the energy, the vibe, but every group needs a nerd. She's the nerd.
Well, and there is an answer to this question, and I found it very amusing considering our cocktail podcast. She was the studio's first and most easy yes.
Really?
Okay. Studio execs were excited because she had a lot of heat fresh off the Thornbirds miniseries.
Oh, was she in that?
She was Maggie.
Oh.
So she was chosen or wanted because the Thornbirds was so huge that they actually had to audition everybody else, and everyone else kind of had to fight for their
role.
role.
Who else was in Thornbirds that we know of?
Brian Brown.
And what movie was he in?
Cocktail.
And what's the best song of all time?
Kokomo. It's not the best song.
Oh no, actually
Aruba.
It's Sheltering
I was
Love.
going to say Kokomo's not the best song.
Is it? It's memorized in my YouTube thing. That's awesome. We got to bring some. We got to build this song into every one of our podcasts.
And I don't think it'll be hard. So here's a little bit of a twist, though. Wendy, her character wasn't written. It didn't match her at all. Let's just say that.
No kidding.
In the original script, Wendy was very thin, which is not how they make Wendy later. Or let me say that again. That's not true. Mare Winningham was a very typical woman. She and in the script, Wendy was written as being overweight.
Yeah.
Why I want to talk about that part is because I know that Mare Winningham is pregnant in this movie. She was 26 years old. Everybody else was 21, 22, 23. She was married. She had children. She was pregnant. But she is not even pregnant. She is not overweight.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So the whole thing in the movie about her being life in the fat lane and, the scuba suit.
It doesn't jive.
It doesn't work because she's not.
No.
And so that's kind of always, even when I was young, that was a frustrating part to me. Because I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It didn't match.
Yeah.
So they're like, she was different from the rest of the cast on purpose. and she knew it. You know, like you said, she's supposed to be kind of the nerd, the square one, the sheltered one, the virgin, all that kind of stuff. And Winningham herself said she felt like she was in a different world from everybody she was in the movie with. And she was the only one who had a good head on her shoulders. Like she was sensible, even though she wasn't.
Not at all.
Because she kept wanting to be with Billy. Like, okay, I don't know how far to dive into this. Because I don't know where we are.
We're gonna bounce around. Forget about the categories. We're gonna bounce around. Like, let's just start with Wendy.
So one of the things about Wendy that drives me crazy is that, you know, obviously you're watching throughout the movie as she is giving Billy money. He wrecks her car. He drives drunk and almost kills her. He, you know, makes fun of her shapewear, which we didn't have the word shapewear back then, but women wear shapewear, everybody, just so you know. Not all the time, but they do, and don't make fun of it. And, you know, he's kind of a jerk to her. Kind of is not a strong enough word. And then at the end, when she decides to not be with Howie Kranz, she tells her dad, you know, I love Billy. And
Billy from the Roof?
Billy from the Roof. And that's supposed to be some kind of climactic, like, oh, wow, she actually loves Billy. But no, Wendy. Not good for you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not excited that Wendy loves Billy.
No.
Like, and nobody is excited. And the whole idea that he wants a gift from her, which is her virginity. Okay. I mean, whatever. It's not like they're not old enough. They can make these decisions. Like, they can have sex with who they want to. But their whole relationship is so wonky. You know what I mean?
We're going to take a deep dive right now into Wendy and her dad. Because her dad
her dad's a mess.
Wants her to marry Howie Kranz, who's a nice boy that, whatever, from the correct side of the tracks.
Well, he has some of their card shops.
Yes.
They sell cards.
Greeting cards.
They fixed everything for nothing.
Good.
But I can't keep it. I don't feel right about driving a car like that and then working with people who can't afford to eat.
Keep the car. You and Howie will need it.
Well, Daddy, I'm giving Howie back too. I don't love Howie.
Well, we learn to love, I mean.
So you learn to love. Like, I don't love him. Dad's response is, well, you'll learn to love him. What's this dad doing?
I want to take a step back. Why would they fix everything for free? And the car.
Well, what's wrong with the car?
Well, because stupid Kirby took it up to the mountain to stalk his
like
girl.
It was working pretty well when he was driving away.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, she's like, yeah, they fixed everything
Well, it's a brand new
free.
car. There tends to be, you know, maybe the dealership helps them out if something happens right off the bat.
Well, I'd make Kirby paid for it. But anyway, yes.
So Dad says learn to love. So we're not done here.
Okay.
His marriage and his family and family business. That's what's important.
I have my own job. And I want to get my own apartment.
But you can keep your job until you're pregnant.
What?
Well,
she just said he doesn't love this guy. And Dad's like, yeah, you'll learn to love and then you'll get pregnant by this guy.
Right. This is a very like boomer or silent generation. Yeah. Like we're not going to worry about love. Let's just get
it's
you all.
It's almost like an arranged marriage.
It is.
Feel.
Well, and remember the dinner at her house and all the, you know, her siblings are with somebody who owns greeting card shops. And this scene is actually, and I know you're going to play more because he keeps going. He keeps pressuring her. But this is more important to me than her loving Billy. She's saying, no, Dad.
Yeah.
Like that to me is like her character development, not the love for Billy.
All right, let's finish this up.
I mean, Howie's a fine boy, and I don't think you need your own apartment.
Dad, do you ever hear me?
Well, I do.
I don't love Howie. I don't love him. I love Billy.
Billy from the Roof?
All right. Why does Wendy love Billy other than the fact that this is like the best looking dude of all time?
That's
the only reason.
And it's probably this is what I envision. They got to college. Billy was so cool in college. Okay.
Yes.
Like he was the man.
A misfit.
Which
but
is why
good
he's
looking.
struggling now.
Correct.
Because he was so powerful in college and he's lost all of his power.
Yeah.
And she saw him freshman year and she was like, holy crap, who's that?
Yeah.
And then they became friends. Then they became in this group of 7 and he spent time with her and they had laughs together and they probably went to date parties together and all these things. But they were never a couple because he could hook up with whoever he wanted to. Plus, he got Felicia pregnant and got married.
Yes.
Which is also. So this is my thing, Wendy Beamish. He's married.
Yeah.
And he has a child.
Yeah.
And I understand.
And he doesn't have a job.
He doesn't have a job. And I understand you are infatuated with him and he's a good looking guy. But he's not for you, babe.
No.
That's all. I'm just so old watching this movie now where I want to be like, now I'm not her dad. I'm not saying, marry a guy you don't love. I love, though, that she gets her own apartment. I love that she's a social worker like me. When Todd and I started dating and I told him I was a social worker, he thought I did what Wendy Beamish did.
That's right.
For a living, which it's not that it's that far off, but
No, it's different.
It's different.
So last thing for Wendy.
Yes.
End of the movie. I'm fast forwarding to the end of the movie. She's sitting there after she tells her peanut butter and jelly sandwich story.
Right.
And Billy comes up with this wonderful idea.
Have I abused our relationship too much, or could I be so bold as to ask you for a going away present?
Yes, you've abused the relationship too much. Yes.
First of all, Billy's not a model as far as protected sex.
Right.
So that's the first thing. Second thing is, this is a married man. Third thing is, he has a baby.
Right.
Fourth thing is, he has treated her like shit.
Yeah.
And she says yes.
Well, she loves Billy.
Why?
Because, Todd, I'm answering the question. She's infatuated with him. I'm not saying it's good, and I'm not saying it should be the climax of the movie where she loves him.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, I love Rob Lowe.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure I would be able to be like, no, Rob Lowe.
Yeah, it is Rob Lowe. Maybe he's on your list.
Beautiful in this movie.
He still is.
He's beautiful. So she's young, whatever. Go do it. And then he leaves for New York, so it's fine. So I'm being more like a mom to her now. Like when I was her age, sure, whatever. But now I'm like, no, Wendy.
Can I say WTF for now, Billy? Let's just go through these characters. I got a bunch of them, and you can riff off them. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Billy.
Yeah.
First of all, he makes fun of her because she's wearing the
scuba suit.
The scuba suit. Not cool. He makes out with Jules.
Right.
In front of Wendy at the bar.
That's one of my WTFs. What's up with all these people making out with each other?
Are like, oh, that's just Billy and Jules. That's their thing. Like right in front of Wendy.
Well, they have hooked up many times.
I know, but does Jules know that Wendy and Billy are kind of an item?
But they're not. Wendy loves Billy, but they're not an item. And that's kind of their point. They say to him, you got to give up Billy the kid. Like this. And Jules, when he says what's going on under that skirt, she said, you ought to know.
Right.
They've hooked up before.
I agree.
So it's a very messy, just like, I'm sorry to get off track already, but how about Jules calling Alec and saying, come pick me up at this hotel?
Yeah, it's like everybody's hooking up with everybody.
And in that scene, she wants to go party with him. And again, that's her roommate's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And it's very confusing.
Staying on Billy.
Okay.
The new breed we're playing the sax, and we'll play more of the sax.
Billy Hicks and
the new breed. And Felicia shows up with this guy. First of all, does the guy know that Felicia is married?
Yeah, because she's like, he laughs when he's like, get your hands off my wife. He laughs. So it's not like he's shocked.
All right. So now he attacks this guy. And now the fight is going to spill out onto the street.
And he gets fired.
Listen to Billy.
God damn it! I tell you, I just shit out of vasectomy at birth. I tell you something now. You ever have boys, you just do them a favor and get them neutered right away. They knock up some little sluts. They're the ones who are really fucked. Fucked for life. I hate you, you little bitch. Shut up.
So,
he played no role in getting her pregnant.
Projection. A little bit of projection
right?
here.
And
he's the one having sex with everybody.
I know.
He doesn't quite get it.
Yeah. Come on, Billy.
Okay. And then at the beginning, he hits on
going back, of course, she brought Hollywood from Top Gun to that bar because she wanted to make Billy jealous.
Yes,
That's obviously. At the same time, we've been with Billy now for almost a half a movie, and he's hooked up with a lot of girls.
Yeah.
So not only that, but then one girl that he's trying to hook up with, and he's talking to Felicia. And then he hands the phone to Kevin, and he walks away and he starts talking to this girl.
Yeah.
And he says, you know, come home with me or whatever.
This face seats 5.
This face seats 5. What a gross thing to say.
Yeah.
Sorry, Billy.
Yeah.
Bye. But
yeah,
he's
so
still
the random girl.
random girl.
Then lastly, Billy is like deplorable.
Correct.
He's leaving his son or his daughter, Melody. He's going to New York because he doesn't want to confuse his daughter.
Because another guy is going to marry Felice.
Right. He's got no job. He's got a sax. He's got no money. Like, he's just and what's funny, he's like, we all want what's best for Billy, even though there's not one redeeming quality from Billy in the entire movie.
Todd, welcome to the patriarchy.
Other than he helps Jules out in the scary thing of her getting cold.
Well, and let me say this. This is an 80s movie, so I'm just putting that over everything because we're just talking about everything through a 2026 lens. But I want to say that I grew up with so much like this, where guys could be horrible.
Yeah.
And we were like, man, they're so hot.
Yeah.
And, you know, she loves him.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like, we have been so brainwashed by media about what a good guy is, because we actually want them to be together. We're like, look how cute it is when he's kissing her on the head and saying goodbye. What a great guy.
Yeah.
And to your point, he's leaving his wife, which she wants to leave him too.
Right.
His wife is like, goodbye. You know, this other guy wants to marry me. But the whole, he's like, I thought I'd be one of those see on the weekend dads.
Yeah.
You're still her dad.
Right. No, apparently not. I don't think Melody has any contact with Billy for like a decade. So
if you were to predict what happened in the future, do you think maybe the guy that she ended up marrying, that she actually did care about, or he cared about her,
adopted
said,
Melody.
I am your dad?
Yeah.
And they never told her?
Well, they'll tell her eventually, but that's her dad.
Got it. Okay.
Assuming this guy is a good guy. Can we move on over to Dale Bieberman? Okay. So, or maybe we should start with Kirby. Should we start with Kirby and then move to Dale?
I don't care. I don't care about either of them.
So Kirby, you're in law school and now you're going to go to medical school to impress Dale?
Yeah.
Or maybe to like work alongside of her. Dude, she's already a doctor. She's a resident. Something's happening. Yeah. Because he was a freshman when she was a senior. So she's 3 years ahead.
Correct.
So maybe she's just
like
finishing medical school, or she's a first year resident.
Correct. It kind of, while you're in school, you're doing rounds and residencies and stuff like that.
Kirby, I don't think you're going to be spending much time with Dale. She's already 3 years ahead of you.
Well, I don't know if he thinks he's going to work alongside her, or if he's just trying to impress her. I mean, he also then decides that she makes this very small comment about, I realize that the medical industry, it's just about money. And he's like, you're trying to tell me I don't make enough money.
Yeah,
and he freaks
thank
out.
you very much. Yeah.
And then he decides to work for Mr. Kim and be like, look at this car. So he's not really going to be a doctor. I mean, he's just trying to be impressive.
The stalking thing, I feel like he should be in jail.
Okay. The stalking thing that's one of the biggest WTFs of this whole movie.
Yeah.
And what I will say, there's a few things that are not about the stalking that I want to say really quick. Something I noticed this go around is that Dale lives with this person, Judith or whatever, who doesn't like her. So why is Dale living with her?
Yeah.
Dale lives on a pull-out couch in the family room, but Leslie and Alec have like basically like 10 rooms in their apartment, and like Kerbo and Kevin have like an awesome apartment with like 2 bedrooms, but Dale lives on a pull-out couch.
Medical debt, sweetie.
Maybe, but it's kind of random.
So, all right. So the whole stalking thing
is brutal.
Yeah. It was bad then. It's worse now.
Right.
The pillow sniffing, probably not a good look.
Yeah.
And, she's The roommate's unloading groceries right in front of you, and you're going to decide to smell her pillow?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
I know. Well, there's like, okay, keep going.
You're
I've got
leaving
some
your
quotes.
party to go into the mountains to find Dale.
Right. Because he feels entitled.
He does. I feel like Kirby has some mental health issues.
Okay. So here's some things. Kirby becomes obsessed with Dale. He met her once in college. He took her to a movie, a Woody Allen movie. He took her to Annie Hall, and he tries to like make that a thing. And she's like, oh, I didn't even know a movie we went to.
How are you?
I'm obsessed, thank you very much.
All right. He's obsessed.
He also says to her roommate, I'm not responsible for what I'll do to you if you don't tell me where she is. Okay.
That's
threat.
That's police time.
Right. Exactly. And then he follows her up to this cabin. She's with her boyfriend, by the way, which you and I think both picked up on this time. Her boyfriend has a blanket around him and he's like, I'm butt naked under here. So they're obviously, they were having sex.
Of course.
And again, walking in the party with all the other doctors, because I think that was a work party, and saying that quote that you just played. And then the kicker of the whole thing, again, this is a little like Wendy saying at the end of the movie, I love Billy. The whole end of Kirby's plot is that he dips her and kisses her without her wanting that.
And guess what? She kisses him back and puts her hands on the back of his head. Totally unrealistic. A normal person would be like, get the F off of me. And where's my boyfriend to kick the crap out of Kirby?
I know. So it's supposed to be that he somehow swept her off her feet. Again, I grew up with this stuff. So it normalized things that shouldn't have been normalized, which is like people can just kind of, take what they want.
Right.
And also just the fact that she's so nice to him through all of this. Like he shows up at the party and she's like, come back to my apartment with me.
Yes.
I mean, what?
Why did you go on the date with him in the first place
Why'd
if
you
you
go on
got
the
this
date?
handsome guy from the mountains?
Yeah.
So what's up with that? Don't let him into your apartment after he shows up and says, I'm obsessed. Thank you very much.
And then the boyfriend saying, hey, hold on. I'm going to go get a camera and take a picture of you guys so you can remember this.
Boom. And then she kisses him back.
And then why did she say his clothes were going to be dry in a couple hours?
I don't know.
It doesn't take a couple hours to dry clothes. Throw them in a dryer. It's
Yeah.
like 30 minutes and then get the hell out.
And there's one other thing I wanted to say is she says something to the effect of, you seem like a fine person, Kirby.
Yeah. And why?
No. How?
Why?
What's so fine about Kirby?
Again, Todd, like, I'm sorry, I'm just totally hammering this, but I'm trying to like have you see it through the lens of a girl. Like, these are ways we have to talk to not hurt people's ego.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're stalking me and making me feel scared, but you seem like a great person.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like, and maybe she's just oblivious to what's going on. Maybe she's not afraid of him, but I would be.
I think she's a bit oblivious.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate because the Kirby Dale Bieberman storyline is just not a good one.
No.
Not only does it like have a lot of red flags to it, but I don't care. Whenever Kirby came on screen, I was like, whatever. Like, I didn't care about Kirby.
He's going to go in the house and get the camera. So here comes Dale.
I don't really know you that well, but you seem like a fine person.
What?
And I want you to know that I'm flattered by all this.
What?
And deep down, I'm sure for a long time, I'll wonder if maybe somehow this isn't my loss.
Come on.
Yeah, just so you know, it's not.
And maybe she's trying to stay safe. Maybe she's trying to not piss him off.
No,
but
because her boyfriend's right there. I don't know. She's too nice.
Yeah.
She needs boundaries. So that's Dale.
Yes. Okay.
A few things on Alec. Alec, why are you announcing the engagement before you propose to your girlfriend?
Entitlement. It's he feels owed.
Mhm.
He's like, you owe me this engagement. And he thinks it's somehow going to be some magical spell where he doesn't cheat on her anymore. You know?
So here we go.
And he's a little drunk.
Before I can share it with you.
Oh, will you just for once not use as the excuse for not marrying me your goddamn career?
Fine, all right then. I have a better excuse. What are we gonna do about your extracurricular love life? Huh?
What extracurricular love life?
Pause there. Not a good job of lying.
That was basically last week
What extracurricular love life?
on Cocktail when she says, "Why did you humiliate
He's
me?"
like, it's not as bad as it seems.
And Brian's like, "How did I humiliate you?" Do you remember that?
Guys are so stupid. I love it.
Well,
Alec, come on.
come on, Alec.
Come on.
Come on.
What did Kevin tell you?
That's right. It's Kevin's fault.
Yeah. Well, and
Nothing.
What'd you tell her? What did you tell her?
He told me nothing. It was just a
It was
hunch.
a hunch.
Until now.
great
Until
hunch.
now.
How about this line right here?
Just can't stand him.
I want you out of the apartment tonight.
What? What?
That's an ego thing. He's like, I can't. He looks around at everyone. He's like, crap.
Now, is he
Everybody's
saying,
looking at me.
Don't go back to the apartment tonight? Or is he saying, move all your shit out tonight?
He's saying, I want you out. Well, I don't know. Good question. Like, is he saying move out or is he saying don't come back tonight?
I don't know who's more deplorable in this movie. You got Kerbo stalking women.
Right.
You got Billy leaving your kid.
And your wife.
Your wife. And you got Alec, who had sex outside of the commitment with his girlfriend
Many times.
and then gets mad because she felt it.
Nameless, faceless many.
Yeah, that's right.
Correct. Like, it's completely insane.
Yeah.
And he is just trying to save face. And okay,
Yes.
so can we go to another hot take for
Sure,
me?
let's go.
Ready? Got to play my thing.
I know. I got to do it. Here we go.
Boy, attack.
Okay. Why throughout this movie does everyone keep saying Alex their hero?
Yeah. What heroic qualities? I mean, he could hold down a job. He's ascending in his career, I guess, but that's about it.
I mean, again, it's a little like Billy being like the hot one or whatever while they were in college. They just graduated, so they still have the college mentality, and I get it. But everybody's like so clear about it.
Yeah.
Like, Jules is like, Alec is all of our heroes. So, that's just the way it is. Or, Kevin's like, do you think I have an unnatural relationship with, Alec? Or, you're in love with Alec. I know you are. Like they're obsessed with Alec.
Not that great.
And he's not that great.
No.
I mean, number one, he's been a lifelong Democrat and he's decided to like campaign or do whatever with the Republicans.
Yep.
So he's shifting his value system
Yep.
for more money and, moving up, Kerbo. Number two, he is cheating on his girlfriend and he's being kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
Number three, he's telling his friend all these stories and Kevin knows this.
Yeah.
Like, why is Kevin obsessed with him when he knows he's being so shitty?
Right.
He does. I mean, I'll give him a little props because he does continuously get Billy jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like Billy keeps
does a little bit of that.
failing. He does a little bit of that. But for the most, and he saves Jules all the time. There's this undercurrent of whenever Jules is in trouble, because she's like, you're a saint.
Mm-hmm.
Alec, you're a saint. He's so high on his own supply,
He is,
as we would say.
He is full of ego. Like
He
you
is
said.
full of ego. And then at the end, he like tries to kill Kevin.
Yeah.
And I know that's like movie stuff, but he's like holding him over a railing.
Yeah. And he's mad at Kevin because Kevin slept with Leslie, but still, come on, dude.
I love her, man.
I love her, man. Okay. What else you got?
I think for Alec, that's good.
Okay.
On to the next.
You want to go Kevin?
I don't care.
Let's go Kevin. Kevin, what's with holding first of all, what's with the coffin in the apartment?
What's with he said he thought it would be a good thing to talk to girls about, that they'd think it was cool. My big thing with Kevin is the smoking.
Yeah.
He's an ashtray. We all know I used to love smoking when I was younger. I still like to smell cigarette smoke occasionally because it reminds me of past days. So I am not one of those people who hates it.
Yeah.
But I think he's an ashtray.
Yeah.
Like they make out so much after he's been smoking. And I'm like, I really hope that he used mouthwash.
Yeah, he just looks dirty.
Yeah. And Andrew McCarthy said, I read his book a couple years ago, and he said this is the character that was closest to who he is. And he actually used his own clothes for the wardrobe, like all the fatigues and stuff. The hat was his, all that kind of stuff was his.
Yeah.
So he felt like Kevin was the closest to him.
My other thing with Kevin is, so you just had sex with Leslie, and now you're talking about moving in with her.
I know.
Like, dude, pump the brakes.
Pump.
Settle down, Francis.
Settle down.
Come on.
And I'm confused. Like, what do you think's going on with, like, I understand Leslie in this situation. Like, she's
always loved Kevin as a friend.
She's loved Kevin. And then when she was like drunk and kind of in the midst of heartbreak, he said, I love you. Right. And she, like, again, it's one of those things where whatever, we wouldn't do this when we're 45, but she does this at 23 because it is what it is. Actually, my favorite scene from the movie that I think is the most touching, like where I actually kind of get teary every time I watch it, is they've slept together. They're in bed and they're kind of joking around, she and Kevin. She's kind of like, playing with his hair or whatever. Alec walks in and Kevin's like, oh my God. And Leslie comforts him for a second, like, we're in this together.
How does she comfort him?
She kind of rubs his head, kind of like like there's a lot of ways to play that scene. I'm going to be a screenwriter for a second. Leslie could freak out. Leslie could kind of turn on Kevin.
Well, let's go to the text.
Tell Leslie
right,
about
let's
my
see.
screwing around. No. I believe you, Kevin. I want you to know that I believe you, and I'm sorry I hit you.
Oh, there you go. You're right. You're right.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
And then
Kevin.
Then what happens, I mean, if you pause it for a second, is then it's really lovely because Kevin goes out in a robe and says, I have company, whatever. And then they bring the camera back on Leslie and she turns around toward the window and she just has one tear coming out of her eye. And I don't think it's like a tear of regret. I think it's just like, how did we get here?
And okay, so the big question is, or maybe it's not a big question, did Leslie make a good move by coming out of the bedroom?
She needed to do it.
She needed to rip the Band-Aid off.
She needed to be like, sorry, buddy. Is it ideal for everybody's friendship? Is it ideal for Kevin? Is it ideal? But she needed to take a stand. She has been in this relationship. She knew he was cheating on her. Like that's surprising to me now in hindsight that she knew he had been cheating on her. And
well, it was a hunch. She didn't know. She guessed. She knows him so well that she realized that his motivation for getting married is that this dude is such a rule follower. The rules before marriage, there are none. But the minute you get married, and then she just kind of knew that about him.
And she said, but it was so selfish in that she's like, you just want a picture of you and me by the fireplace. Like he wants to further his career. He wants to be a senator. He wants to be a congressman. Like right now he's working in that world and he wants to be, it's fake. It's contrived. Like it's not because he doesn't care what she wants. The fact that she's like, I need to find a job that I care about. I want to find my own career. And he's like, can you for just once not make, this thing about
the excuse for not marrying me.
And come on, it's not an excuse.
And they're 22 or come on.
Talk about pump the brakes.
Stop it.
So going back to Kevin, he gets overexcited, but he loves her.
Yeah.
And he feels inspired because he wrote his byline, meaning of life, which, we got it. I wish we would have paused it just to see what it said.
Yeah.
But he's wrong for thinking that and then I get annoyed when Alec calls her and he's like, I don't think they should get back together, but she's trying to have a conversation and Kevin's like, tell him we're moving in together. That's
so
selfish.
The two of you are moving in together.
Yeah. They both
come
make
on,
poor
Kevin.
choices.
Just chill out, dude. So we talked about, I think, everybody except for Jules, but I feel like we've been talking about her a little bit anyway. So
we talked a little, we talked about Wendy. We talked about
Leslie. We haven't really talked about Leslie, but we just did.
We kind of did. What I'll say about Leslie is she's one of my, in this movie, I really like her. Obviously poor choices here and there.
She made one
whatever.
She made one poor choice drunk.
Right. She's a good friend to Jules. She's a good friend to Wendy.
Responsible.
She is
She's the one that holds the group together, I feel like.
Kinda. Yeah.
Certainly not Kirby. Certainly not Billy.
Yeah.
Maybe Alec. It's not
It's
Kevin.
the two of them. It's Alec and Leslie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So Jules. Let's talk about Jules.
Well, should we go to the ending scene I have an issue with of her in the apartment.
Let's just talk about Jules and then we'll get to that.
All
So
right,
I like Jules' character. One thing that I heard this time that as I was listening is Jules got recruited out of Georgetown to work at that bank in the financial world.
So she's a smart cookie.
So yeah, it sounds like Jules kind of had a lot going for her. She also had a lot of family dysfunction.
Mm-hmm.
And so she obviously is not recognized by her dad.
Yep.
She wanted to know why her dad doesn't like her, which is so sad.
Yep.
And we're setting up Melody for that.
She's kind of like maybe what Claire was in Breakfast Club, like parents that don't really give a shit.
Privileged,
Yeah.
but her dad doesn't pay any attention to her.
Right.
And she somehow is in charge of her stepmother. Why is she in charge of her stepmother?
Because they can't find her dad. Her dad is on some safari.
Got it. Thank you for that, because I didn't know why. So she's got so many issues. She obviously does a lot of coke.
Mhm.
Like she does a lot of cocaine. She isn't really financially savvy. She has a big Billy Idol on her wall.
Yeah.
Her place is very pink.
A lot of credit card debt.
And there's a lot of she is the character of outside in. Like
Mhm.
if I look good, if
Yeah.
I act fabulous, if I'm really fun.
Well, and her and Wendy, Leslie and Wendy kind of like create some type of intervention at
Correct.
where Wendy works, and
Mhm.
she just skedaddles out of there.
Yeah, because she can't admit to it. And because they say it's because she's having sex with her boss, but
Right.
really it's that she's spiraling out.
Yeah.
I mean, she
Both.
is having sex with her
Right.
boss.
Yeah.
And she's, things are getting repossessed left and right. Okay. So when she really crashes, which is that she loses her job, everything gets repossessed, she's doing way too many drugs.
Yeah.
And then she had that whole interaction with Billy that wasn't great.
That didn't help.
She's like, I
She
really
just
needed a
some
friend.
stability. And
We already talked about Billy and we didn't even talk about that scene,
Yeah.
but we'll get to it later because I have
let's
some
talk about it
WTFs.
now because we may not.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, that scene where Jules and Billy pull up at Billy's house because she's dropping him off after the whole, night, that was after the fight. What night was that?
That was the Halloween night, I think.
It was no. It was the Leslie.
Oh, it was the
Alec
Leslie
breakup.
Alec night.
Yeah,
That's
it was
right.
the party.
You're right.
At Mr. Kim's house. Kim.
I thought you'd come back on Thursday.
And so she pulls up and then he's kind of hitting on her. He kisses her and she's like, okay, enough. And then she tries to talk to him like, I don't feel so fine, all that kind of stuff. And he is so forceful and coercive. Like he's
not much consent. Going
not
on.
much consent and such an asshole.
Yeah.
And then takes her keys and puts them down her pants. And she's so sad.
Mhm.
And, she's like, I needed a friend tonight. Well, she's like, you break my heart. But then again, you break everyone's heart.
I think I got that. Where is it?
You break my heart. Then again, you break everyone's heart.
Billy's just got to get his shit together.
Dude, come on. And he then realizes it. And then Felicia comes outside with
Yeah.
the baby. And it's like a whole thing. And his neighbors. He's so oblivious.
Yeah.
These guys are like, they're just all, and again, they're in that selfish time of their lives. Like, it's not like you and I were doing a lot of great things when we were 21, 22.
Here it is. Leslie and Wendy are the moral compass
They are.
of this movie.
They are.
Jules has a lot of issues, and all four dudes have issues.
Yeah. And let's say
Kevin
this,
probably the least amount.
they all have flaws though, too. Even Wendy and Leslie have flaws. Like they're not
Flaws,
perfect.
but they're just good. They're just heart-centered.
Correct. They're good
moral people.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas I don't think the other ones are. Can we go to the ending scene where Jules locks herself?
Yeah. So after all these things that happened to her, all of a sudden she's in her apartment and she's decided to open up all of her windows.
I know, and I'm not making light of suicide, but I feel like there wasn't enough at stake for me as a viewer in this movie. It would have been more intense because, like, you don't freeze to death.
Well, and that's the thing is like, I remember, I don't know if it's the first time I saw it or the third time I saw it, but I remember not understanding what's happening
Right.
here. Like the fact that we're supposed to assume that she's trying to take her own life, that's a big jump.
Well, that's
I mean,
not a
she's-
very effective way of doing it.
No.
I think it would have been more intense if there were like a pill bottle on the floor.
Right.
Just something
Or like that
to
kind of
increase
choice.
the stakes.
Right.
Because the human body doesn't just die because it's cold unless you're like in Alaska.
Right.
Like they're in an apartment. It's fine.
Exactly. And she is, a panic attack. Yes.
Yeah.
I get it.
She needs help, obviously.
She obviously needs support and needs help. And,
I think there's a lot of different ways they could have handled that scene.
I know. And she's like, you'll freeze. And then Billy.
No, that's the snow. That's the mountain people.
I know that's.
Oh, Leslie, does Leslie say? Yeah, Leslie
Leslie's
said
like,
something like
honey.
that.
Yeah, she's like that, that's a whole thing too.
Are you ready for Billy to come in to save the whole movie?
I sure am.
Jules, honey, this isn't real. You know what it is? It's St. Elmo's fire.
So this guy hasn't had a cognizant thought the entire movie, but now he's coming up with this wing.
Sweetie, you don't know how out of hand.
Electric flashes of light that appear in dark skies out of nowhere.
He's got the fire ready to go.
Well, it's because he's smoking.
Sailors would guide entire journeys by it, but the joke was on them. There was no fire. There wasn't even a St. Elmo. They made it up. They made it up because they thought they needed it to keep them going when things got tough.
So basically, a bunch of sailors
Mm-hmm.
came up with this idea
Mm-hmm.
that there's a bunch of weird things in the sky
Mm-hmm. To keep them going.
because that's worth pursuing if there's, as opposed to no.
Todd, that's
What's
actually
going on
not
here?
even the worst part of this scene. It's who cares about the sailor story. Basically, what he's saying to her is all this sadness you're feeling, made up. All this
Just
stuff
like you're making
doing,
up all of this.
yeah, made up.
Probably not what you want to
Made up.
say.
Yeah. And
We're all going through this.
we're all going through it.
What are we going through? Go find a job, dude. At least Billy got I'll give him the gas station job. Nice job.
He's at least working.
He's starting to shape up.
And that's the thing is when someone's in crisis, I mean, it's okay to say, I have a lot of like, I'm here with you, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But she's in full on crisis and he's
Yeah.
saying your crisis isn't real.
Yeah.
And even if you do have a little crisis, I'm going through it too.
Yeah.
It's not the most soothing
Agreed.
of interventions.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. And that she, and that she's making up what she's going through and she's not.
Mhm.
She has a obvious like coke problem.
Yeah.
Her father doesn't like her. She is completely like got wiped out. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't have an apartment or she doesn't have furniture. So her crisis is real, Billy.
I want to do this real quick.
He's like, snap out of it.
We're all over the place, but that's okay. First of all, this song goes on for like 4 minutes in the movie, and he's doing a sax solo the entire
Todd,
time.
it's one love.
So
Let's rock.
What I want to do is do a little bit of this.
Down continues on our way to number one.
Kisses coast to coast.
And I'm going to play something from another movie, and it's going to be the 5 or the 4. I don't know how many I have.
Best saxophone songs?
Best fake bands from a movie.
Okay.
And
you want me to tell you what they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll be pretty easy, I think. At least this first one.
All right. The Oneaters.
Very good. There's my boy Steve.
It's actually Wonders, by the way, but it's spelled
the
Oneaters.
Oneaters. All right, ready for this one?
Okay. Fever Dog.
Very good.
Yeah,
Fever
that
Dog.
is almost famous.
And what's the name of the band?
They are blah blah. They are. I know it's 2 words. That's Fever Dog, and that is frustrating. Stillwater. Thank you.
This one's probably the easiest one.
Okay.
Them, everybody.
Everybody.
And
Blues Brothers.
They get my vote for the best band.
Oh, come on.
And they're a real band. This one is right up Sweetie's alley.
Spend my time.
You're tempting me to do this movie.
What is it?
This is from the movie Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg.
What's the name of the band?
Still, I want to say it's not Stillwater. It's a heavy metal band.
Steel Dragon.
I knew. I said Steel Dragon.
And do you know the
He's
name
gonna
of the
get
song?
going here. Keep it.
It makes my stomach turn.
What's the name of the song? This hard one. I never heard of this song.
He's about to say it. We all die young.
Very good, babe. Nice job. And then one more.
Okay. I know it. School of Rock.
Very good. Name of the song is Rock Got No Reason. And it's a really good song.
Yeah, it's a great ending.
Magic Man say what? Now can I please have the attention of the class? Today's assignment.
It's such a great movie.
It is.
School Rock. So I just needed to get that into my.
That was a good list. I thought you were going to do like saxophone songs, and I got excited that you were going to play the Lost Boys.
No, I'm not going to play the Lost Boys.
I would really like to do Lost Boys on movies we love, but love to make fun of.
I don't know, man. Because I think we're doing Teen Wolf next week.
Oh yes.
So I can't. I don't know if I can give you Teen Wolf and Lost Boys. You choose.
What do you mean? Give me Teen Wolf. You love Teen Wolf.
No, I do not.
But you know Teen Wolf.
I do know.
You love Boof.
you
love Styles.
I'm not. I'm committing to at least one of them.
We are doing Teen Wolf.
Fine.
You can't.
As long as I don't have to do Lost Boys.
No. Lost Boys has so much lore. There's so much in it.
Sweetie, you're really digging this word lore lately.
I am.
I feel like you've used lore like every 3 days for like the last 2 weeks.
Because it's fit my conversation. There's so much lore.
You just love the word lore.
If I'm talking about things that have lore, I have to say lore.
What else you got? We're all over the place with this. We're all over the place.
Okay, I can bring us back to center.
What do you got?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to go through my WTFs. Some of them you've already done.
Okay.
But I won't, I won't do those. But here we go. We already did that. Okay. The vodka. Why is everybody drinking straight up vodka?
Neat.
Okay. There's no ice.
Yeah.
There's no mixer.
Yeah.
And they're just drinking it like it's water.
Yeah.
Who does that? Who drinks vodka like that?
Maybe it's a mid-'80s thing.
Is it? Because I was alive in the mid-'80s and I was drinking.
Yeah, they were just drinking straight, neat, absolute, non-flavored, absolute vodka.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is absolute, which is, not bad. But okay, drunk driving played as a joke.
Yeah, not cool.
Okay, so and then Billy says drunk definitely.
I don't know if you can call it driving.
Yeah, it's no good. We already talked about that. We talked about that. I don't want to go back into it. Billy leaving. Okay, Wendy's dad, you already did that. All the making out, we did that. I guess we've done all this. His help. Okay, here's the last couple. The scene where he's on the house.
Yeah.
He's sitting on the house and Wendy comes out and talks to him. And you seem to think that he was talking about that sometimes he wants to not be here anymore.
If it ever gets to be too much.
If it ever gets to be too much, what? That he's going to not
jump off the roof.
Okay, so you think I gotta listen. No, it's already happened.
No, is it?
Yeah,
I can
because
go back.
they don't come out until after.
Let's see.
I used to do it all the time.
Whatever.
The frat house, I'd crawl right out Alex's window on the roof. My horn.
No, see.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Tom.
So now, they all just go in the house.
You miss school, don't you?
Duh.
Yeah.
He does.
You know, school is pretty out of hand.
All right, I'm going to fast forward 10 seconds.
You gotta be so.
You know, if it ever got to be too much,
Yeah.
like just too much.
Oh God.
And then he pretends to fall to his death.
Okay. That's deep, man.
Yeah.
That's,
Well, Billy,
that's heavy.
man, it's the new breed, sweetie.
But then Wendy's like, well, that's out of hand.
Yeah. And then she talks about how she's still a virgin, and they talk about Stewie Newman.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem the tones don't match because
Agreed.
he's really
It's
threatening.
because this movie is subpar.
Right. Okay. So all the Woody Allen stuff in this movie is weird.
What's all the Woody Allen stuff?
In their apartment, they've got a huge picture of Woody Allen.
Yeah, and Dale.
And then Dale Beaverman. They went to the, Annie Hall.
Yeah.
There's just a few Woody Allen references. Alex flipped collars. I flipped a collar in my day, but not on my blazer.
I have never flipped a collar.
You have flipped a collar.
I have never flipped a collar. I will
there
not be
is-
falsely accused of flipping collars.
There is no way you made it through middle school and high school without a flipped collar.
Sweetie.
We all flipped
I
collars.
think you forgot who you're dealing with.
Todd, I would wear 2 polo shirts on top of each other and flip both collars.
You and I are different people in the 80s. I was a nerd and I didn't like collared shirts to start with. I sure as hell ain't going to flip them up.
I used to unbutton my collar, the shirts that are what are they called? They have collared shirts.
Yeah.
And I'd unbutton it and then iron it up.
I think the shirts with collars are called collared shirts. I think you're right. But let me fact check
they're
that.
those polo shirts. You know what I mean? They're like
Dress shirt
a
button
dress.
downs.
Yeah, it's like a dress
I
shirt.
got it.
Okay, so you missed a fun phase. Let's just say that.
I didn't. I witnessed it. I just wasn't going to be a participant in it.
Oh, you're always too cool for everything.
It's not that I'm too cool. I wear the same thing every day.
That I know.
Yeah.
Because I live with you.
My fashion is stunted.
Is limited.
And I'm so happy with that.
You're very limited.
I love the fact that I don't care.
Okay. Well, no flip collars for you.
Yeah.
Okay. We already talked about Dale sleeping on the pull-out couch. The scene at the party where Alec and Leslie get into the fight and everybody's dancing to Man in Motion.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
It's very meta.
Well, but they're not, the beat is off. Like Man in Motion is not the song that's playing for real. I think they dubbed it over.
No way, man.
Because
they're doing it.
No.
The kid can't fly in one wing.
Comes Mama.
St. Elmo's fired throughout this movie. Man in Motion, babe.
Yeah, and a lot of people are doing cocaine at that party, including members of the New Breed
That's right.
and the
limo driver.
The limo
later.
driver. She's doing it too. Okay, and then I got a hot take.
Yeah.
You ready? This is more than a WT.
Boy, it's hot.
Okay, so the acceptance rate to Georgetown in 1985 was 21%.
Not a lot.
Could Billy Hicks have gotten into Georgetown?
Maybe he's one of those geniuses who doesn't have to study for tests and is just an idiot. We all know those types of people.
I guess. You want to know what the acceptance rate is now at Georgetown?
15.
13. You were close. Okay. So do you want to go to things that we say at home?
Sure.
Okay.
I think we call that
Talk.
one.
I wish you talk, wish you talk.
All right, what do you got?
Okay. Things we say at home. My first one and favorite one is you can have all the Billy Joels.
Yes.
Not the stranger.
That's right.
Todd and I say that a lot. And
You can have all the Billy Joels.
Except the stranger. All right, go ahead.
okay. And he also says something about you can have the Carly Simons.
Yeah.
And then probably the one we say the most is he wants to stay in the car. And she says, he'll freeze.
Like a damsel in distress. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
He wants to stay in the car.
He'll freeze.
He wants
Oh
to
my
stay
God.
in the car,
So good.
which is at least the dude, the boyfriend is like, this guy's an idiot.
I love that dude. I'll hang out with that guy before I hang out with any of the 4 guys in this movie.
He's naked under the blanket.
Just let me hang out with that guy and Howie Krantz. That's all I need.
And sweetie, you can finish this one. You
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah.
You want to know what's great?
Last night I woke up in the middle of the night. I would make myself peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I went in the refrigerator and it was my peanut butter. It was my jelly, And it was my bread, and it was the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich I have ever had
in my entire life.
And Billy's just like, oh, wind.
That was good, Ted. You
So
did
great.
really good.
Thank you.
All I did was, you want to know what's great?
Yeah.
And then, of course, Wasted Love.
God, I just wish I could get it back.
God, I just wish I could
He
get it back.
definitely overacts right there.
You think?
Wasted love.
And then he throws a football, and then he says, God, I just wish I could get it back.
Which is just bad writing.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they had him do that. Okay. I got you got my Real Therapy song?
I do. Have
Okay.
that. I have that right here.
Play that.
Zen Pop's Real Therapy.
Okay.
Hold on. It's not over. I think I probably sharpened.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is like a version of Real Therapy here, but I am going to talk about the red flags of this movie because I don't think there's a lot of good teaching in this movie. So I don't want to make anything better than it is.
Yeah.
These are the red flags. Don't mistake persistence for romance. What Kirby is doing is not romantic. What Alec is doing with Leslie is not romantic. Even Kevin pushing Leslie to move in with him is not romantic. That persistence is called non-consent.
Yes.
And it's called sit down
Yeah.
and shut up.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Jump.
that's,
You know what it is?
Jump.
It's a little. Where's my? There it is.
Jump back.
That's right.
All the
Thank you,
guys
Red
in this
McCormick.
movie have to jump the frick back.
yeah, they do because everyone needs to relax.
Yeah.
Then, as we were just said, don't confuse telling someone their crisis isn't real with actually helping them.
Yes. Right.
That wasn't super helpful, Billy. And, you know, Wendy's like, you saved her life. No, you didn't.
Right.
You basically told her she made up
All these
her
problems.
crisis.
Yeah.
And so don't think telling a good story makes you the therapist that everyone needs. Okay. Don't romanticize the person who bails on responsibility.
Yeah.
We totally are giving Alec, you know, we're totally romanticizing him like he's our hero. We love him. He's not great.
Yeah.
We're romanticizing Billy. He's so amazing. I hope Billy makes it. He's not so great.
Yeah.
Like they're all bailing on their responsibilities. Not good. Don't let we're all a mess become an excuse to skip dealing with your problems.
Yeah.
Like at the end of this movie, they're all like, yeah, we're all a mess. And nobody changes anything. The end of this movie, Jules hasn't changed anything. She still makes a joke about her stepmother. That's the last line of the movie.
It just really end that well.
I know they're doing that to show you that Jules is back and that she's not, you know, she's not struggling as much, but there's no growth.
Mhm.
Okay. And then Leslie's conversation with Kevin and Alec is weird. Like I said, the first time or second time I saw this movie, whatever my memory comes from, I was like, what's happening here? Like, she's like, I love you both. First of all, you were with Alec for 4 years and Kevin for one night.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, yeah, I love you both the same.
They don't tie the loose ends up at all.
Now, what I do agree with is I want to be alone.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. Yeah,
or
yeah,
I want to
but-
be my own miracle of my life
Yes,
or whatever.
I'm just going to be alone, but
I'm just
don't
gonna be
say I
alone.
love you both so much.
Right.
I'm still pissed at you, Alec, for having sex with the lingerie salesman.
And Kevin, we just had
where
a
you
night.
been?
Yeah.
Where you-
Come on.
All of a sudden, you whatever.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Kevin.
And don't treat someone's body or their trust fund as your resource.
Yeah.
So like Billy and the getting money from Wendy all the time
Totally agree.
is so gross.
She puts the money on this. Like, here's your
Yes.
rent money. Now he does not.
He
take
doesn't
it.
take it that time,
Yeah.
but that's because he's already screwed up in the other
He
room.
feels bad.
And so those are my red flags.
Good job. I like it.
Yeah, because did we learn much?
No.
No, I don't think.
Here's some other movies that we could have been doing, and our decision to do St. Elmo's. But once again, I'm just going back to where I started. Is the movie's just not that good, and I love it.
I love it.
Okay, but
It's perfect for
here's
this
some
month.
other movies that came out in '85. Some
Okay.
of which we've done, some of which we haven't.
Okay, let's hear it.
Back to the Future. Have we
Great.
done a Back to the Future yet?
Duh.
We
Of
did?
course we did.
Okay, I don't
It's a
remember.
summer blockbuster. Remember?
Goonies. Haven't
No.
done Goonies.
I don't want to.
Fletch. It's a classic.
Nope.
European Vacation, another classic. Breakfast Club, we did that, and
Yes.
then Teen Wolf, all
Well,
1985.
We are going to redo Breakfast Club because we did that in pop culture.
Oh, okay.
And then Teen Wolf we're doing next week.
Yeah.
So this is good.
Yeah.
So we're
Good for you.
getting
I'm
them
gonna
all
have
in.
to. I don't know what's going to happen next week. I'm just not a Teen Wolf guy, but
looks good on you though.
looks good on you. Can I do a few hidden gems?
Sure.
First I want to go to this part.
Best believe I'm Soupy Jewel. When I walk in the room, I can still make the whole place shimmer.
All right, a few hidden gems. And you have to be watching the movie to really appreciate it. But first of all, Felicia is in The Wall.
She is?
She is a girlfriend of Pink.
Okay.
So she's in there.
Right.
She's also in something called Near Dark and The Lawnmower Man. Never heard of that. Blake Clark, he is the bar owner. His name is
fires?
Wally.
Yeah.
Kirby, you're fired.
Kirby, you're fired.
Billy, you're fired.
Billy, you're fired.
He went on to a long comedy career, including voicing Slinky Dog in the Toy Story films.
Really?
That's what it says.
Huh.
Matthew Lawrence, he's Ron. He's the neighbor who is gay.
Hi,
to
Ron.
Jules.
Mm-hmm.
He was a regular on Beverly Hills 90210 as Danny Sorensen's father figure.
Yeah.
Manager Bruce. There's another
Wait,
scene.
who's Danny Sorensen?
I don't know. I've never seen Beverly Hills 90210.
Oh.
Okay. There is a moment where Billy says, "Can I crash?" And he walks into the guy's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And in the background, you can hear him singing the Flintstones theme.
Yeah.
And then finally, that part where Kirby says, "What's a four-year Democrat doing working for a Republican?"
Moving up, Kerbo.
In the back, you can see Rob Lowe mouth the words "jacking off."
Oh, that's funny.
And I thought I may have told you that before, but maybe not. So those are, and then finally, Kevin flicks his cigarette in the vegetables that he's stirring for Leslie.
I know. I have seen
Like,
that.
not cool, dude.
Like they're making, but he's annoyed because they're like
I
Kevin
know,
sex.
but they're going to eat vegetables with cigarettes.
I know. That's kind of not cool.
Man, that's gross. Unanswerable questions. Are any of these people friends 5 years later?
Oh God! After what just happened, I think that Leslie is still friends with Jules and Wendy.
Do you think Jules gets her act together?
Yes, I do.
I agree with you.
I think
hope
that
so.
Jules is able. She's just down. She's hit a major speed bump, which is she's trying to party and do things, and she's trying to be fabulous and all this stuff the way that she was in college. And she realizes she has to. They don't really show you that. I'm just projecting that I know people like her and they get their act together.
Yeah.
And Wendy's going to be fine. She's in her own apartment
Wendy's
now.
like, get me out of this friend
Right.
group.
Now,
Stat.
I think that Alec is going to he's probably a senator right now.
Yeah.
You know
probably
what I mean?
Successful.
He probably is. And I think that Kevin will be fine too, but I don't think he'll hang out with these people.
I think Kirby and Kevin seem to be like.
You're right. Kirby and Kevin, but see right there you go. I forget Kirby's in this movie.
Kirby's in a different movie.
He is. He's in his own movie with Dale.
That's all I got. You got anything else?
I never thought I'd be this tired at 22.
That is true.
That's kind of the quote of the movie, that they are so wiped out already.
I'm just so tired, Billy.
Don't worry, Deb.
I never thought I'd be so tired at 22.
You're going to hang with Dan in just a little bit in Chicago.
I just don't even know who to be anymore.
Join the club. No one was buying this together woman of the 80s stuff anyway.
Oh, Billy, you're so great.
And guess what? Billy's going to break your heart again in About Last Night, but his name's going to be Dan.
Dan? Oh, I love About Last Night.
Danny.
Can I play the final song as we
Sure.
exit? This is Billy Hicks and the New Breed.
Okay, before you play it.
Oh, go ahead.
Todd is like being like, this movie isn't good, whatever. I love this movie. But
I love this movie too. And it's terrible.
love to make fun of it because it's worthy of it.
It's kind of like, what's his name? George Michael in Arrested Development. I love not having fun.
I love not having fun.
I love this movie, even though it's bad.
Okay, and next week, Teen Wolf.
See you next week.
Check it out.